cheat yourself, you're cheating the people who are waiting to be taught by you. You're cheating your students. You are cheating your ancestors. You're a ride off and you got the money on your mind and how to keep the money flowing, and you're concentrating on that when that's not what is supposed to be your crowning energy. Automatically have people around you who are ready to hear, ready to see, ready to listen, ready to follow, ready to move next to you, ready to lift you up, support you.
What up? What it do? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. Welcome to my channel, Eyes Are the Soul. This is the first of many spiritually guided videos that you will find here in this space. I've been doing readings thinking that I was practicing, that I wasn't prepared, not paying attention to the fact that the gift is to allow the messages to come through me and not necessarily from me. So no longer will I allow my tribe to wait. If you are here and this message resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, you are my tribe. I'm sure that you have a calling, and it's probably that time where you're realizing that you don't know exactly what to do, or maybe even what it is you are being called to do. If so, this is definitely the place for you. Let's navigate this ship together. This reading is entitled "The Faithful Path Doesn't Have Bridges or Safety Nets." Are you willing to let go? Let's dive on in.
Hey everybody, welcome to Eyes Are the Soul. This is Miss Indigo Blue. I'm coming through with a collective reading for you. I've already laid out the cross, and I know I've been called to record these, and I wasn't initially, and I was like, no, stop and record. So you'll see that the first card has been flipped over, but the rest of them have not. So I'm seeing that there's a glare from my light. So next time I'll lay down a cloth or something like that, so you won't receive that. General reading is not a love. Whatever comes out in this reading is what I am going to talk about. I've already invited via fire, water, earth, air, ethers, and spirits. My loving ancestors, spiritual guides, my higher self, the Most High, and my guardian angels into this space. Only those called upon are welcome. So the bottom of the deck, we had the Two of Wands. So there's a decision that needs to be made here. That is the overall energy of the reading. And the first card was the Four of Pentacles. So this Four of Pentacles signifies holding on to earthly possessions, money, things that you think that matter. And so if you are in this energy to where you might be afraid to move forward because you don't want to lose what you've already gained, what's happening with this being the overall energy is that spirit is trying to send you along a new path. They're trying to give you something new to work with, and you are attempting to go along this path. So you're trying to do things your way. You have a decision to be made. This usually is the road that seems easier. You see, we got this mountain in the background over here that when we get there, we got to climb this mountain. But this has the spirits guiding you along the way. Although this seems like the more clear path, usually it's not. Now, I myself, I already did this. I did this in the beginning of 2019. God was sending me along this path, and what did I do? I was like trying to build my own bridge and make it safe for me to cross. And as soon as I did that, all the momentum that I had built up and the things that I was creating and the new moves that I had coming up in my life, they all slowed down immensely. So if you want to go this way because it looks like the easier way, you will very much end up surprised that this is not going to be the way. So if you are doing things in your life right now that is where you're trying to make the decisions, where you know that spirit is leading you to do something, but you're like, okay, well, let me secure this first. Let me make sure that you know, if you're being told to quit your job and you're going, let me go ahead and take a leave first and see how much I can get done on this new venture, because you know the venture's there. It's already in front of you. You've seen it. But this decision is you either holding on to everything you got in spite of everything that is out there for you, rather than seeing the big picture, that if you just go ahead and drop all this on the ground and start walking, you'll end up in a much better position. So what's crossing you? The star. You are the star. You are the star of this show. So you won't hear me too much saying which astrological signs these cards represent. I'll do that every now and then, probably more so of court cards than on the major arcana. So what I'm seeing here, I do also read the card itself and not take just the general interpretive meaning. I try to take the intuitive meaning that I am receiving and deliver that. So with the star, I see that of course her third eye is illuminated and that she is in the water. And with her being in this water, she is pouring out into the bigger body of water. It could be that she's dipping the cups down into the water and then pouring the water out. But it looks like her cup is so full and she's received so much intuitive guidance that she is actually now able to pour out into the mass of water. So this is the crossing energy. In the base, we have the Knight of Wands. So you have this, again, decision to make. And if you make the decision too quickly, you feel like that you're going to make the wrong decision, when in actuality, there's not really a decision to be made. If you just listen to your intuition and follow your intuition and make the moves, again, drop all that you're hanging on to, get on your horse and ride out. You have a spark of fire that is lit upon you. You have a spark of fire that's lit underneath you, however you want to look at it. And you are being guided to go around the path that's going to land you in the position to be most prosperous and most abundant, should you go ahead and start making moves. So in the recent past is the devil. You've been fooling yourself. You've been allowing people to fool you. Oh, you can't do this. Don't do that. You're going to give up that job. You're going to leave this person. You're going to make that change without setting something up in its place. You know, we are taught in this world that you don't stop doing something without a backup plan or without a better plan. I believe that a lot of us who are healers, we're being called to heal. So we can't really fully get in healing position if we are still entertaining other work and other things that and we're fooling ourselves thinking that we can. We're thinking, okay, I can walk into this new space while doing this other work, and I can do it all. And you're fooling yourself, and what you're going to cause is yourself to select the wrong path, go down the wrong path, go down the path that is slow and cumbersome, where you have more and more lessons to learn, where you could be like in Nemo. I saw this the other night, and I'm seeing right now the sea turtles in Nemo, where they were in the ocean, but then they found that wave and they were able to get into that wave and just not even have to swim, not even have to do anything. The water was just propelling them forward and taking them where they needed to go. And so the devil is probably thoughts that you in the recent past came, and ideas that you came up with as to which way you should go, knowing that you weren't trying to not follow your intuition. You weren't trying to not do what you were told, or this could be something that's coming up, or you could be facing this decision right now. You don't really understand that you are going off path when you are doing this, because you are going according to 3D, and 3D says set up something safe, set up something, a bridge, a way to make it comfortable and easy for you, where Spirit says be the fool and jump. And I am going to mention right now that underneath this Two of Wands is the Three of Wands. So if you can get past this energy, you go immediately into receiving mode. So that being said, you're also not believing that you are, I don't want to say eligible, that you have earned the ability to be a receiver. You're not recognizing that. So if you step out in faith, not only following the right path, then you also then just wait for things to come to you. Over here on this wrong path, you got to make everything happen. So what energy is crowning you? The Knight of Pentacles. So we have two knights. We have the Knight of Wands to, get you started moving, get you going along the path. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Both of these could signify an energy or a person that's coming in either to propel you forward on this path, or either speak words that will help you see which path it is you're supposed to take, or it can just be your energy that you need to enact in order to get things moving. But see, we're going back to you holding on to these pentacles and now here you are on your horse trying to make sure that you don't mess up the bag. And right now what we're supposed to be doing, and if you're watching this, what you are supposed to be doing is not monetarily guided. It's not earthly possession guided. It's not, you're supposed to be putting the collective or the people who you were supposed to reach first, and that is how you are going to receive your coins. As the what goes around comes around type of energy. So what you're supposed to be putting out in the world now is a healing energy to help others, and it will come back to you. And some people think, help others. So am I supposed to go volunteer? Am I supposed to go? You are supposed to do the work that you know that you are called to do. So whether you know that you're supposed to be taking wellness classes so that you can help heal people, whether you are supposed to be doing readings, whether you are supposed to be doing Reiki, whether you are supposed to learn how to heal with herbs, whatever it is that you know your spirit is calling you to do, motivational speaker, whatever, then you're supposed to step into that energy now and let the coins come in as they come in. That can't be your main focus if you are on your spiritual journey, that's automatically going to come. So in the near future, we have the Seven of Swords. This is you robbing yourself. This is you robbing yourself. If you decide to go down this road, you're going to rob yourself of what you can do right now. You're going to rob yourself of being able to help others. You're going to rob yourself of happiness because you're going to be disappointed in yourself because I knew I should have became that Reiki healer. I knew I should have taken those classes. I knew I should have started my YouTube channel. I knew I should have started speaking to the masses. I knew I should have stood in my truth and said blah blah blah. I knew I should have quit that job so I can say what it is I need to say, and by no means am I telling anyone to just quit their job. But what I am saying is that if your job is not serving you and it's bringing you down, this is what you're going to feel like. You're going to feel like you robbed yourself of time. You're going to feel like you robbed yourself of energy. You're going to feel like you robbed yourself of happiness. You're going to feel like you robbed yourself, period. Either trying to hang on to that money or trying to do it the most comfortable way, or whatever it is that you are thinking about doing, you're going to rob yourself of the opportunity that is presented to you here. So you have to make sure that you avoid that energy by choosing wisely. So again, the Ten of Pentacles, this is your worry. I'm worried that if I follow my spiritual path, I'm not going to have any money. I am worried that if I follow my spiritual path, I'm not going to have a home. I'm not going to have security financially. I'm not going to be secure. And most of us who are in this position have already done enough securing the bag to where you probably are a homeowner or have a vehicle that's already paid off, or you have parents who are still alive that have a door that's open to you, even though that might be something you don't want to do. You have a foundation, you have a springboard, you have a safety net. And even though it might be one that you don't want to utilize, you know for sure that is there. And particularly right now, I'm seeing this little mouse sitting here, and it's like he's waiting to be fed, you know, because that's all they like to do is, right, sneak their way in until they can get something to eat. And while you're here trying to get all of your pentacles back into this chest, the mouse is out here waiting to be fed. Those are your students. Your students, they're like, feed me, feed me, feed me. I'm hungry. I'm ready to hear from you. I'm ready to receive from you. I'm ready to, and look at, even when this card comes closer, that mouse never comes quite in focus. Those pentacles, they have you so, and then there's a turtle at the bottom. And you thinking that you are going about getting the money in this chest the fast way, and you're getting the money in the chest the slow way. This is the slow and steady wins the race. You can still win. I'm not saying that if you choose the path that's more comfortable for you, that you won't win, because the work that you have to do still has to be done. What might happen is that the work that you need to do today, someone else is going to have to pick up that frequency, and you're going to go on YouTube one day and you're going to turn on a channel to somebody who said everything that was in your head, who did everything that was on your mind, and you're going to not be able to do anything but laugh, because Spirit has a message that needs to be delivered, and whether you're going to deliver it or not, it's going to come out. You will eventually get there. If you keep concentrating on getting these pentacles in this chest and putting this chest up somewhere safe, it's gonna be the slower way to do things, and your students are going to be out there possibly waiting. Again, I said the messages will be delivered. However, it doesn't mean that that person is meant to reach the same people who you are meant to reach. So again, we have to go back to this being more than about ourselves. We have to concentrate on being able to pour into the mass of water, shining the light on those who are in darkness and who don't know where to go, who need a spotlight, who need I'm seeing in the water, the big water tower with the light shining out there, simply sort of like what this is, even though it's like a big crystal ball. It's like that water tower in the middle of the water where it's all darkness, and if you don't have a little piece of light, then you don't know which way to go. So, and I'm just hearing too, you're not only going to cheat yourself, you're cheating the people who are waiting to be taught by you. You're cheating your students. You are cheating your ancestors. You're cheating, I don't know whether you say God, the Most High, or universe, but you're cheating all of that by taking the wrong road. You are cheating everything that needs to come out through you from coming out through you. Therefore, cheating all the way around, stealing from all of that energy. So the energy that surrounds you right now is the Ace of Wands. You have been given the gift. You have been given the go. You have been given the red light. The green light. You have been activated. You're activated. Like, you're on fire. All you have to do is tap in. And the most awesome thing about this being the surrounding energy means that the people who are around you are probably giving a listening ear. A lot of people get in the position to where the people surround them are dead to what they're talking about. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to think about it. They don't want... You might already have a following, or as soon as you speak up, your following is going to be right there. Your students, they're waiting. So you're going to automatically have people around you who are ready to hear, ready to see, ready to listen, ready to follow, ready to move next to you, ready to lift you up, support you. And it's coming from both ends. So not only is spirit, lighting the path for you, but it's your receivers, your recipients are already there and waiting. See their hands here? This is their hands. So your hands waiting to grab the torch, and their hands ready to receive this information from you. So as soon as you wrap your hands around that puppy, it's already activated. It just needs some action. So you are worried about the Page of Cups, you're hoping for, the Page of Cups. You're hoping that this is going to make you happy. This is going to make you feel fulfilled. You're hoping that, because we've been taught so much in this world that things make us happy, it's the reason why you're holding on to all these pentacles. Because you're thinking that these pentacles are what are keeping you happy and safe. There's no cup full of pentacles. At the end of the day, this is really all you want. At the end of the day, the happiness is what you want. At the end of the day, you're just saying, Will this make me happy? Is it going to bring me joy? Am I going to bring joy to others? Are people gonna hate me because of my own truth? And so you're hoping that people will receive you with love, and you're hoping that they will understand that this is your truth. This is who you are. You're being honest. It's not weird. It's not strange. It might be different from what they know. But at the end of the day, you're just like, I just want it to be all love. I just want it to be all love. And you're hoping that not only are you taking this cup and handing it forward and pouring out love again, but that love is going to be received by you, that you are going to be able to not feel so heavy, right? Because even carrying these pentacles, this is heaviness. This is a weight that you are dragging along, right? And it gets tiring. And at the end of the day, you're like, I just want my cup. I just want my cup. I want to sit down at the end of the day and my cup be full. I want to have my cup that's full enough so that I can fill the next person's cup, and that person's cup, and my cup still have some light in it. And it have enough light in it to where when I sit down and I go to sleep at night, I wake back up that my cup is back full, you know? And probably you've been either at a job for a long time, or you've been working hard for a long time. You could have even been put in a position, I'm hearing, like taking care of siblings or things like that, where you became an adult child very early, and you're actually just tired. And even though that is more of spiritual work, when you get put into a position where you have to take care of people who you're not really responsible for, it makes it harder to get all your cups, all your pentacles in this chest, right? It makes it harder for you to say this is mine, because this pentacle on the ground might have somebody else's name on it. That pentacle on the ground might have a brother's name. That one might have a sister's name. This one over here might have your mother's name. Some of these in here might have your grandmother's name on them, because you've been taking care of everybody and you just like, I just want something for myself. But at the end of the day, you're like, I'm hoping people are not gonna think that I'm greedy, or you're hoping that people are not gonna think that of you in a negative manner. Like, you're doing what makes you happy. You actually want them to be happy through your work, and that's what you want people to see. I had to do what made me happy. I had to do for me. I had to because this is a page, right? And if this is your energy, then this is going to be your first time stepping out and doing what makes you happy, instead of what people thought or think you should do. And so it's a very different path. It's not the 3D path of money, cars, clothes. It's not the 3D path even probably of home. It's the 5D path of love. It's the 5D path where my heart space comes first. And so that's where you are, and you're just hoping that it's going to be received rightfully, respectfully, and returned back to you. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the outcome is the 5 of Cups. Now, whether this is your energy or someone else's energy, the outcome is these cups are all empty down here. They're used up. I'm down on my knees. I'm feeling stressed out, but I'm not recognizing that these cups are here. So again, we're going back to this energy. So even if you chose already this path and it's got you feeling like this right now, that, oh my gosh, what did I do? I done messed up. Again, this other path is not been taken away from you. That opportunity is still there. You just have to make one change, turn around and get to those cups that are behind you. Stop wallowing, stop stressing yourself in the manner of, I chose wrong, I did wrong. Look back on it and accept it. You didn't probably do it on purpose. If you did it already, you probably did what you thought was the safest thing for yourself and for your family in this 3D world. But it's to the point where we're not supposed to be thinking 3D anymore. And so, again, you are waiting for things to come in. You turn around and these are brand new, full cups waiting to serve you. You have spirit here, you have spirit here. They're waiting to guide you. All you have to do is recognize the fact that you probably don't need to have so much influence in what's going on. You need to give up the steering wheel and you need to just follow your intuition, ride passenger for a while and be guided. I know for me that's something very hard to do, just to relinquish power and to go with the unknown, to even recognize that there's this alternative way and that the alternative way sounds and seems like the hard thing to do. It might be the easy thing to do. It's like kind of far-fetched. It's hard to fathom, right? It's hard to get your mind wrapped around the idea that you can get in that wave like the sea turtles and Nemo and not have to do nothing and be carried forward. You're like, yeah, right. That absolutely seems too good to be true. So we're going to go ahead and get into the Wild Kuan oracles. So they were previously shuffled, and I don't normally go through these like this. I normally just keep going until I'm like, oh, there's my card. We're already there. So, Sisters of the Sacral Spiral. So this is what this card looks like. I'm going to read from the Wild Kuan Oracle book. But already we can see that, again, in this, you're a page, right? You are starting on a new path, something that's going to lead you to happiness and joy, which you might not have experienced before. And it might be awakening that kid in you. You might have to go back to that child that's in you and remember what that child loved to do, the things that you loved to do as a child, and pick up on that energy and let it take you somewhere. This is 27, 9. And what it says here, the higher plan that has begun, lovingly prepared for you, is like a beautiful tapestry coming into view, thread by thread. There will be a moment where suddenly the pattern becomes clearly visible, all preparation finally showing itself in effect. The time for acknowledgement and celebration shall happen soon. My weaving hand is steady, sure, and swift, and the threads of your life are rapidly taking shape to reveal my most beautiful divine plans for you. So it says the preparation for manifestation requires faith. Okay, so that's the overall energy of this reading too. You have to take the road of faith. You can't take the road of planning. You can't take the road with the bridge. You can't take the road with the safety net. It is time to totally follow the intuitive path into the place where you have never gone before. There can be much effort and even more patience and persistence required before we see proof of our efforts and desired results. So even if you take the path, you might be moving at what you feel like is a turtle's pace, right? Because you might be used to getting that bi-weekly or weekly paycheck, or you might be used to somehow getting instant gratification in some sort of way, shape, or form. Some of us do have jobs that pay like that. But I see that it's lit and it's ready. So as we grow closer towards what we want, whatever has blocked us from having that in our lives will arise to be dealt with and resolved. You may feel as though you are losing ground, repressing, or somehow going further back on your path than you have ever been. And that could also be this energy too. You might feel like you're losing ground, repressing, or somehow going further back on your path than you have ever been. That could definitely be why you got the Seven of Swords. And also, like, in this night, it's like the only card that's facing towards the left. And so I also saw it too, though, like you're trying to ride off and you got the money on your mind and how to keep the money flowing, and you're concentrating on that when that's not what is supposed to be your crowning energy. It says, I'm going to read that again. You may feel as though you are losing ground, regressing, or somehow going further back on your path than you have ever been, but you are not. You are becoming more able to live your dream. This is what you're dreaming of. You're dreaming of a full cup. You're dreaming of love. You're dreaming of work from the heart. You're dreaming of the unconditional love, because when you teach someone something, they have that love for you forever for teaching them something. When you are able to teach someone something, that's a love that lives in you for yourself forever. So right now, if you've already gone through this, this is where you're at too. You may feel as though you're losing ground, regressing, or somehow further going back. You're going, oh my gosh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I've emptied this cup. I've emptied this cup. Now I'm stressed out. Now I'm worried. Okay, but you're not. You're coming more able to live your dream. You're clearing out the issues that have prevented you from receiving what you want from our generous universe. So you're clearing out all this devil energy. You're getting all of this that was behind you, or vanished or gone. If you haven't gotten to this step yet, this is some work that you need to do. Maybe it's shadow work that you need to do. Maybe it's people who you need to remove from your life. Maybe it's a toxic job. It's a toxic neighborhood. But there's something that's clouding your thought. It could be other energies in your energy space. It could be your own energy. But something that you either need to clear out or that you recently did clear out. You are going into, or already in, an intense period of personal and spiritual growth. This will entail much joy and forward movement towards your destiny. So again, we have the Knight, and although I said this one is going backwards, it's still here. And again, just eventually, it's just this Page of Cups. You know, that this new journey, this new path, this new way of life, this new goal, this new joy, happiness, guided pathway is in front of you. This will entail much joy and forward movement towards your destiny. Also some confrontation with the darkness in your own being. Fear, doubt, grief, which will help you heal and become free to enjoy the manifestation of your dreams. So if you have any fear, if you have any doubt, if you have any grief that you have not confronted yet, it will be necessary to do that. So I know a lot of people will give you readings and they don't tell you how do I do this? How do I work on it? So that is something that I want to do. So as I finish reading this up, it says, some confrontation with the darkness in your own being, fear, doubt, grief, which will help you heal and become free to enjoy the manifestation of your dreams. You are guided to let go and trust what is taking place. So in my next video. I'm not going to do another spread. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this oracle. This is our message. This is our guidance. This is saying this is what you need to do in order to get this devil out the way, if you haven't done that already. If you got the devil out the way and then you still chose the wrong path and you're here where you're going, oh my gosh, what did I do? I've got myself all turned around and I messed up. I'm sure your people are going, I know it's going to be great. I can't wait till your channel. I can't wait. You have people supporting you if you are here, right? Because you have this spark of energy and you have your students waiting to hear from you. So even if you got yourself to where you're feeling this place, that's your new shadow. That's your new, you need to loop back here because you created another devil energy. You created another falsehood in yourself. And so what we're going to do now is learn how to remove blockages. And like they say, it's not the same for everybody. But I think that it's still useful when you hear the things that people do in order to do shadow work, self-work, work with the demons that you are facing. I believe that it all helps. Just 1 second. Yes, baby. Okay, so I've been using the Gilded Tarot to do this reading. So this is what the Gilded Tarot looks like. It's by, I guess it's Cyro Marchetti. I'm going to ask if there's any further messages in regard to this reading that the healers of the world need to receive. And I said collective. Initially, this is really a call to the healers. However, if it's just that you know you need to make some changes in your life, this definitely can be reflective. So if that wants to come out, let it resonate if it resonates, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit the like button. If you want to go ahead and start seeing how do we work on this, hit the subscribe button. Let's go through these things, okay? So I'm not getting anything else. Oh, we got right back to the Two of Wands. And the two cards that came out were the Six of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Wands. So when the Six of Cups is upright, this is about childhood, and we talked about that in this card. This is more so about usually someone coming back from your past, or someone from your childhood memories coming back with these gifts, okay, quote unquote gifts. And so with this card being in reverse, maybe the first time you went on this journey, you tried to take somebody with you. And even with the sisters of the sacral spiral, you see this little girl, she's hanging on to this bird, right? Like it's a toy. And so that person could have become dead weight. That person could have been what slowed you down. That person you thought you needed to help you might have been the very reason why you got off path. Especially if you're that person who has been doing things to take care of everybody else, therefore you haven't been able to collect your own pentacles. At the end of the journey, you will be able to take care of everyone, but you have to stop and you have to take care of you first. If there's someone who's trying to, but I need, or tell you that you're selfish and that you don't care about them, that's just gonna have to be something that you learn to block out. Give yourself a moment to cry about it, release it and let it go, because it's really not irrelevant. You're going to have to take on this Queen of Wands energy, right? So we still have this Ace of Wands that's being offered to you, and when you grab onto it, you become the queen, and you are able to take from your wand and light this big wand. Like, this is, to me, I'm hearing ready for the world. It's preparing you to be ready for the world. That job that you have to do is bigger than yourself. So you have to be sure of yourself, and we're going to go into those energies that do represent wands. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. These are generally people who are very sure of themselves. So this person who's coming back saying all this negative Nancy stuff about how you don't care about them, how you don't do nothing for the family, and you just all about yourself, you're going to have to learn how to, I'm being about myself right now because I have to take care of me in order to be able to take care of anybody else. And so you're going to have a lot of different opportunities also that are presented to you. You're going to have to know which ones to set on fire, which ones to move forward in. And you're going to need probably a lot of time by yourself, which means people are going to be feeling like you are abandoning them and you are neglecting them and different things like that. But it's going to be time required for you to focus within and be able to hear from the intuitive path the things that you need to have coming into your mind to release your focus from earthly things into spiritual things. And she is the queen, and she's on the ground. She's very much grounded, but she's still on fire. So if you can see yourself moving through obstacles, just like you're just moving through things, you'll be able to determine what's for you and what's not for you if you take on that energy. So whether you have Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in your chart or not, it might be an energy that you need to focus on. Myself, I'm a oscillator, so I'm on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, and so my job is to learn how to nurture the people here at the same time as to nurture myself and do what's better for myself. So I have to learn how to be both Cancerian energy and Leo energy. So if you are maybe a water sign, especially a Pisces or a Cancer, you might be giving up too much of yourself. And that's why this cup is upside down. It's time to reel it in. Water signs tend to be more about family than they are about themselves. You have the Pisces, who tends to get screwed over a lot, and the Cancer, who tends to get screwed over a lot simply because the Pisces wants to see everybody win, and the Cancer wants to see the best in everybody else. And you're not hearing me say Scorpio very much because I don't know very many, and I don't know a whole lot. I don't claim to be an astrologer about scorpionic energy. So coming soon is the solar eclipse in Cancer. So we do know that it's going to be a tough time for Cancerian energy, where you're going to feel like you probably chose the right path and everything's moving along, and something's going to happen and you're going to be like, ugh, what did I do? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Right? And so you have to remember that you're going to be in opposition of the sun. So you're going to definitely have to be going into those dark spaces and coming back out of the dark spaces, though. That is the key. You don't want to get stuck in dark spaces, but you have to go and you have to face these challenges and see what obstacles that you may have created or are allowing to be created along your path that is getting you stuck or off course. And that is going to require a lot of fire energy. So because the sun will be in opposition, you're going to kind of have to light your own fire. You're going to have to kind of make it burn and let it burn and come out of some of this giving to others energy so that you can fill up your own cup. Okay. So again, what we're going to do in the next reading is going to be to take this card, and in this book it has like an overall description of what the card means. It says, which is the guidance, which is what I read, and then it says in a reading, which of course this was a reading. But what we're going to do is work on the healing process and use the reading to determine what steps we need to make in order to get past these demons that we are fighting. So again, like, subscribe, comment. I hope that this was both entertaining and fulfilling. This is my first reading that I am doing here on this channel, and I am thankful for all who tuned in. I did use again the Gilded tarot, and I used the Wild Kuan Oracle. Again, thanks for tuning in. I am Miss Indigo Blue. This is What It Do, and I'll be chatting with you again soon.